Hey guys, what's up? So I know that it's been quite a long time since I posted a YouTube video and work has just been getting in the way, but it's no excuse. I just haven't been prioritizing it, but I'm glad to be back here making content. I do have COVID, and I mean, I'm pretty bubbly COVID person for us. I was trying to say way too many things for the speed of my mouth. I'm a pretty bubbly person for someone who has COVID, but I was a lot worse a few days ago, so I'm capitalizing on the fact that I have this time in isolation and I'm feeling okay, so I would love to make more content. So here I am going to tell you guys about 5 tips that I've used in my year 2020 to completely change the game and level up. And they are incredible things that have helped me just level up in my life, and I hope that they can help you guys too. So keep listening. You are only in competition with yourself. And this is something that took me quite a long time to actually realize and grasp and understand completely. And once I understood it, it leveled... Ooh, it's a spider web. Anyway, once I actually grasped and understood this concept and saw that the true meaning of what it meant, that's when I was only able to actually level up in my life. When I was constantly trying to compete against other people, for instance, people I know in my industry, industry leaders, people I know from school, friends, family, I was not growing because all I was doing was focusing on what they were doing and not actually focusing on what I was doing. So when you are worried about competing with someone, you're just worried about what are they doing today? What are they doing tomorrow? What have they done? Where are they going? And you actually shift the focus away from yourself. And when you realize that you only want to be better than the person you were yesterday and not better than the person next to you, that is when you actually start growing. So you really have to take the time to block it off, or especially social media, we're so heavily influenced by this, and by saying, who are those people to try and control my life? And they may do it intentionally or unintentionally, but they are not in your life. So what you do does not matter in their life, and what they do should not matter in your life. It is your life. And when you start realizing that if you constantly just say to yourself, all I want to do is wake up and work to be better than the person I was yesterday, that's when you shift the focus onto you and ensure that you are constantly leveling up. Because that is a way that you can gauge it. If every single day you're saying, I want to be better than yesterday, you know your starting points and you know your growth points. But if you're saying, I want to be better than the person there, you don't know where they are mentally. You don't know what's going on with their life. You don't see the behind the scenes, and you can't actually gauge that. So all you're doing is just chasing something that's moving further and further away from you, something you actually, you have no business trying to chase in the first place. It's not your life, and you need to focus on you. And this year is the first year I actually decided I'm going to focus on bettering me. And even though I feel a lot of pressure up from the industry leaders and a lot of people in my industry, and as well as friends and other people doing well in different industries, and I feel this pressure from social media and from just general pressure, I don't let it distract me, and I say, or make me despondent, because it makes me feel, if you focus on those things like what you're doing, you're inadequate. It's not enough, because you're never going to be the next best thing. You can't always get to a place because you don't know exactly where that place is. But if you know the place you want to be is better than yesterday, that is a surefire way of ensuring that you are constantly growing. And that is probably the biggest thing that I've learned this year. Stop talking about something and actually do it. This has been a massive game changer for my year 2020. And that is because I have been a great dreamer, wonderful planner. I had all these incredible ideas for my business, for my personal growth, for my weight loss, for everything. I had these incredible ideas that I never took action on. And they were just ideas and they just stayed there. And that is worthless. An idea without action is useless. Can't be used, done, doesn't add value, it's just in the clouds. It's once you start actually physically working towards your goal, that's when things start to take shape. So you need to take action. I'm not saying don't plan. Plan, but take action after you plan. Don't just stop at the planning phase. I feel like there's spiders in my hair because there were spiders up on the roof and and the spider web. So if you see me scratching, it's because I think there's spiders in my hair. Please, can there not be spiders in my hair? Because that would suck. Anyway, I'm at the Val and there are thatched roofs here and things just drop all the time and it's honestly terrifying. Such a city girl. Anyway, all I can say is take action. Stop talking about it. Stop planning. Stop dreaming and do it. Work towards it. Get up. Go and do that workout. Write your business plan down. Make a call to, a partner that you want to start business with. Call a designer. Do something. Do things. Take action. And I know it seems impossible until you start. There's so many things that this year I'm doing and I'm like, why have I just never done these things before? Because I was so scared that they wouldn't work out. I was so scared it would be too much work. I was just so scared to actually commit to something because it just looked like this mountain that I had to overcome. And once you take the first step, it's so easy. It's that first step that takes a lot to get you there. But all I can tell you is just do it. Just get out there and work. Take action. Do things. That's the only way you can make things tangible, is if you do things. There's an incredible life coach, motivational coach, whatever. Her name is Mel Robbins, and you guys know I love this shit. And she has this 3-2-1 rule, and that is when you have an idea to do something that you know you should be doing, we normally have a bit of time that we convince ourselves otherwise not to do it. So for instance, if when you wake up in the morning and you say, oh, I need to work out, and then your brain starts going, oh, it's a bit cold outside and the weather is going to be better tomorrow. And, I wanted to get those new running shoes today anyway. And I'll just use those tomorrow. And you've convinced yourself already within like 5 seconds that you are not going to do this. But when you use the 3-2-1 rule, as soon as you have the idea in your head, as soon as you know what you're supposed to do, you count 3, 2, 1, and you get up and you do it. And she actually developed this rule because she couldn't get up in the morning. She wasn't a morning person. And one of the keys to being a very good, they say a very successful person is becoming a morning person. I preach mornings. Morning people, it's my people. But she couldn't get out of bed, and she basically, as her alarm clock went off, she just went 3, 2, 1, and she jumped up out of bed. And then she started applying it to all these other things in her life, and then just got so much shit done because you just don't think about it, you just do it. And we're not, things, if you're thinking about things in life, it's not going to get you far. But if you're doing things, that's what's going to take you there. Self-care is so important. Taking care of your mental health and making sure that you're okay mentally and emotionally is the biggest thing ever. I learned that this year as well. With my journaling and my meditating, and I'm sure if you go look at my other videos, I will preach to you about all my mental health and self-care things that I do. But I know if I'm not doing those things, that I can't produce good work. I'm not in a good mental state. I spiral. I get depressed. There are just so many things that go wrong when I don't do those things. And you really have to prioritize looking after yourself. I know you want to work. I know you want to put in the hours. I know you want to get everything done. But if you're not taking the time to look after yourself, you're doing yourself an injustice, and the quality of work that you're going to produce is just going to be subpar. It's going to be below the level and the standard of what you need to be successful. And you really just have to realize that self-care should just be up there. Up there. Don't put it off. Do your journaling, do your walking, do your meditation, listen to podcasts, read, look after yourself, grow your mind, and constantly develop. Self-development is key to growth, to success, to everything. Constantly grow and make an effort to always do so. I'm not going to harp on about this topic too much because this is one that I have made many videos about and I strongly believe in it. But make sure you're looking after your mental health, because otherwise everything else will just fall apart. And I know that from experience. There will be speed bumps along the way. Things will go wrong. You will be disappointed. And sometimes shit's just not going to go in your favor. And that's okay. That's part of life. That's how you know that you're growing. That's how you know that you are doing things. Because if you're not doing things, if you're not taking risks, you can't fail. But if you fail, that means you tried something, you did something, you got out there and you made an effort to do something. It didn't work out, but now you know what doesn't work and you've gotten the experience and you're ready to go do it again. But if you're not having any losses in your life, if you're not, being disappointed now and then, that means that you're not doing anything. And you've got to be okay with the fact that sometimes shit is going to suck. Shit is not going to be the best. And you're going to release a product, no one's going to buy it. You're going to put out a video, no one's going to like it. You're going to start a business and no one's going to believe in it. And those things are going to happen. But the most important thing is that you get back up. That's one of the biggest things. Okay, all these things are big things I've learned this year, but getting back up. Things didn't work out for me every time. I mean, I'm still putting out things that aren't, giving the return that I would hope for. Yes, it does make me sad. Yes, it does make me disappointed. Yes, sometimes I feel like what I'm doing is not worth it and I should just quit and change industries. I thought of quitting the fitness career about 5 times this year. But did I do it? No. Because I know that this is my passion. I know that I'm going to make it. I know that I will work until something happens. It's actually a new tattoo I want to get. My dad always tells me, push, P-U-S-H. Persist until something happens. Push. And you just gotta keep going. Keep doing it. Don't be despondent. Take the time, be upset, get over it, get back up, and try again. Keep trying. And in the end, it's a numbers game. The more times you do something, the more chances are there of it actually working out. And you learn, you adapt, you grow, you pivot, you grow and learn and change. And eventually you will get it. And when you get it, it'll be so much sweeter than if you just got it like that. So, setbacks are going to happen. It's inevitable. Life happens. COVID, for instance, happened. I've got COVID. I currently have coronavirus. I mean, I'm feeling pretty good compared to last week, but I also did put myself at risk to getting it, but still I have it. And whatever, I'm going to use it to my advantage and create great content while I have the time to. Do you keep pushing? Don't get despondent and know that it's okay to fail sometimes as long as you get right back up. Be kind to yourself. The voice in your head needs to be one of love, understanding, compassion, support. The voice in my head used to be very condescending and mean and hurtful. And I thought that it would drive me to do better things if I pushed myself in a negative way, saying, you're worthless, you can't do this, you should just quit now. And or I used to say, like, if I wanted to lose weight, I'd be like, you fat pig, like, how could you not train, you're disgusting, go get your ass into the gym. But now I'd be like, training is going to make you feel better and you're worth that, so let's go do it together. The voice in my head is so much kinder to myself than it used to be, and it's made the world of difference in my life. I talk to myself with love, and you need to be kind to yourself, because if you're not kind to yourself, there's just a whole host of things that go wrong. You feel like you're not worth it. You have self-confidence issues, and there's a whole host of things. But just make sure that when you speak to yourself, when you actually analyze the voice inside of your head, ask yourself, is it speaking from a place of love and understanding, or is it something that is like a tyrant and is dictating what you should do with your life in a condescending, mean, and hurtful way? And you're not going to want to produce results that benefit your life if you are being told what to do in a negative way by someone outside of your head or inside your own head. If someone is telling you, go fucking do this or else, you're like, who are you? No. But if someone says to you, please could you do this for me? Could you kindly just take the time and do this? You're way more likely to do that for someone else if they ask you like that. So why not talk to yourself in that same way? So I speak to myself with love and kindness, and that is the way that I can move through my goals, get through my hurdles, achieve the things in my life, is by being kind to others and to myself. So just make sure that you're kind. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed those 5 tips to level up in your life that I have learned during 2020. And yeah, I hope that you apply them. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, then please do so now. And I really would love to hear from you in the comments if you guys have any other tips that you can share that have helped you level up in your year or that you've learned in your year. And yeah, I'll chat to you guys soon, and I hope you all have a beautiful week. Bye guys.